Hello, everyone. Welcome to Court with Krissy. Let's head south and see what it takes to join El Paso's Bad Girls Club. I hope you like it. Court with Krissy is now in session.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you so much. And that's all I have right here.
All right, prepare one of your other colleagues is already logged on with the female floor, okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
All right,
no,
who's the defendant officer?
what's your full name?
Rebecca Gonzalez.
Gonzalez.
Yes, sir.
And Judge, I'm sorry, my computer was cutting in and out a little bit. Loma was full PR bonds, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. All right, so this is Ms. Gonzalez. She has a misdemeanor charge of a Class A assault with a $1,000 bond. Ma'am, this morning you are set for a bond reduction hearing. I don't know yet who your permanent attorney is going to be, but for purposes of this hearing, you are being represented by Ms. Quevedo, who will present evidence on your behalf to try and convince me to lower your bond. Then I'm going to hear from the prosecutor, Mr. Dixon, then I'll make a decision as to what happens to your bond. Go ahead, Ms. Quevedo.
Thank you, Judge. Your Honor, Ms. Gonzalez indicated, let me see, that if she's granted the relief requested, she would live at the Opportunity Center, but I think we discussed.
No, she cannot go back to the
I'm
Opportunity
getting there,
Center.
Judge.
Yeah.
Based on what we discussed this
Yeah.
morning, I did not have the aft to this case.
Yeah.
I would respectfully request that if she is released, she be released through reentry to the rescue mission. She's lived in El Paso her entire life. She completed up to the 11th grade at San Elizario High School. She does not have any money to post, so we are respectfully requesting a PR bond or any relief the court might find fitting. Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Dixon, let's go to her criminal history. I see some interesting stuff in there. Oof. Okay, go ahead.
All right. 1 second. I'm showing in 2002, she had an assault AFV. In 2004, she had a Berg Hab. In 2012, she had assault family violence previous where she went to the penitentiary. That was also the same. She had another AFV, third previous conviction. She went to penitentiary for it at the same time. In 2013, she had another assault. In 2014, she had another assault. In 2023, she had a Berg building that she was convicted of. And she also had a theft, state jail theft that was dropped to, it wasn't dropped, it was a 1244A.
Okay. This point in time, request for bond action is denied. Pretty much prior criminal history. Thank you.
All right, Judge. Take you back to your cell block. Ma'am, have a seat right here. And give us your full name.
Cynthia Lopez.
Last name again, ma'am?
Cynthia Lopez.
Lopez.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, this is Cynthia Lopez. Okay. Let me just check something real quick. Let me just check something real quick. We're looking at her. All right, so Mr. Lopez, Ms. Lopez is here on a number of charges. She's got a charge of failure to identify, new charge for $1,000 bond, new charge of possession of controlled substance, penalty group 1 with $2,500, and a new charge of violation of protective order with a $5,000 bond. Then she's also booking a PR bond revocation of a charge of assault, family violence. Basically, the allegations are that she never reported since she got released on 2/6/24. And the bond on that case is a split bond of $5,000 cash for corporate, $7,500 PR bond. This morning, your permanent attorney is a public defender's office, ma'am. This morning, Ms. Quevedo is going to try to convince me to lower your bonds. Then I'm going to hear from the prosecutor. Then I'll make my decision. Go ahead, Ms. Quevedo.
Thank you, Judge. Your Honor, Ms. Lopez indicated that if she's granted the relief requested, she would live out. She's lived her entire life here in El Paso. She graduated from the Desert Pride Academy in 2012. She has 3 children, all of whom live with Ms. Lopez and her mother. She has also her father and an aunt here in El Paso. She indicated that she works at a nut company on Founders Street. In terms of the violation notice, Judge, it's a failure to report since February. Ms. Lopez insisted that she was reporting. She does not have any money to post, so she is respectfully requesting PR bonds or any relief the court might find fitting. Thank you,
All right,
Judge.
Ms. Martinez, tell me about her PR bond history. She was on prior PR bonds prior to this assault case, right?
Yes, Judge. So this PR bond that she was revoked for, that notice of violation was submitted because after she was released, she didn't report. After the notice of violation was submitted and approved,
Yeah.
she reported, so the warrant was already active. And then she was given another PR bond for
The assault case.
the assault, yeah, and actually it was a criminal trespass, Judge. She was supposed to stay away from a super lodge. She did call and report after that for March, but there are no check-ins from April or for May for the criminal trespass, because that one was under admin as well.
Okay. Mr. Dixon, what's the allegation on the violation of protective order case?
One second. I had my criminal history out.
Yeah, that's all right. Take your time.
That on March 24th, they were dispatched regarding a domestic dispute. They met with the complainant, advised that she was a protected party in the protective order. And if the respondent, it was her daughter. The complainant advised the defendant was outside her residence, knocking on her front door and asking for the complainant, and the complainant refused to open up the door. And the defendant was intoxicated on an unknown narcotic at that time, and she refused to give her name because she knew she had a warrant, and they found some drugs on her.
Okay. Who was the complainant on the assault family violence? Is it the
I
mom?
believe it was the same.
All right. Here's what we're gonna do. On the drug and on the failed to ID, those are gonna be PR bonds. Violation of protective order is gonna be 2,500. The assault family violence is gonna be 2,500, 7,500 split. Enhanced level supervision with the following conditions. One, defendant must report as instructed, not when she feels like reporting, not when that's when, oh, I have to do something else if I'm not gonna report, because if you don't report, you come back again in front of me, you're not getting out. Two, cannot commit no new offenses while this case is pending. Three, she's going to be subject to random urine analysis and breath analysis, and she cannot possess illegal drugs or alcohol, and she can have any contact of any kind with her mom or the address. The name and the address, Mr. Dixon?
Yes, 1 second, Your Honor.
Judge, the split was 7,500 and what?
On the assault is 2,500, 7,500.
7,500 PR?
Yes.
It's
Then the violation of protective order is just going to be a straight 2,500 cash or surety, and then the other two are straight PRs.
it's one.
Okay, what's the mom's name?
It was Cynthia Lisette. No, that's the defendant. Sorry.
Okay, now contact her during the pendency of the cases. Ms. Martinez?
Thank you, Judge. Ms. Lopez, where are you gonna live when you get released?
Either I'm gonna go to my aunt's house. If my aunt isn't approved, then I wanna go to the Procedural de Vida.
Okay, so you're not sure where. If you can provide that to your officer when you call to report, so they'll know where you decided to end up staying, okay?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna talk to my aunt first and tell her like the whole situation. And
Okay, that's fine.
Punto partido de vida.
Okay, you just need to let your officer know where you go stay, okay? What's the phone number where we can call you?
That's who I need to get.
You don't have your own cell phone?
915. It's because they stole it. That day was a horrible day. Like they stole my
Okay,
horrible day.
do you want to give me your aunt's number?
I don't know it, to be honest.
Okay, just give me a number where we can call you. Whose number is that, ma'am?
I believe that's my daughter's, but I don't know if it's the correct one.
What's her name?
Aliyah, I don't know it off the memory. I don't know it off by memory.
Okay, and then do you have an email address?
No, I don't.
Okay, Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Judge.
All righty, thank you.
If I
Next.
may, she's asking me how much money she needs to come up with.
All right, so you need to come up with about $500 to bond out.
So I'm not gonna be able to get out today, right?
Only if you pay the bond on the 2,500 or most of the cases, ma'am.
No,
So-
I don't think I'm gonna be able to pay them, so.
But then what's gonna happen is your permanent attorney is gonna come talk to you. It's gonna tell you what, your public defenders will represent you. They're gonna talk to you and gonna tell you what happens next. Maybe they come up with some better information and they set you for another bond hearing in a few days, ma'am. That's all I can tell you right now. Thank you.
Thank you.
Right here. Ma'am, have a seat right here. Give us your full name. What is it?
Virginia Salas.
Salas?
Virginia. Yes, Judge.
Thank you. So Ms. Salas is here on a charge of manufacture or delivery of controlled substance penalty group 1 in amount less than a gram with a $10,000 bond. Ma'am, you said for a bond hearing this morning, your permanent attorney is a public defender. So it's actually, I don't know who your permanent attorney is going to be. This morning, you're being represented by Ms. Quevedo from the public defender's office, who present evidence on your behalf to try and convince me to lower your bond. Then I'm going to hear from the prosecutor, Mr. Dixon, and I'll make my decision. Go ahead, Ms. Quevedo.
Thank you, Judge. Your Honor, she declined the interview. May I proceed by question and answer?
I already need to proceed, Ms. Quevedo. Go ahead.
Thank you. Ms. Salas, if you're released from jail, where would you live? Who do you live with at that address?
My mom,
And how long have you lived in El Paso?
for years,
I'm sorry?
a lot of years.
Okay, so about most of your life, half your life, your whole life?
Probably 3/4 of my life.
No, she's right
I'm sorry?
there. She's getting closer.
Probably 3/4 of my life.
Okay. And are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
What is the highest grade of school that you finished?
10th.
At what school?
About Del Valle.
Okay. Do you have any family here in El Paso besides your mother?
Yes, I have my kids. I have an uncle, aunt.
And how old are your children?
My oldest one is 25 and the youngest one is 11.
Do you have any money to bond out of jail?
No, I don't. And I've been very sick. I've been getting seizures after seizures here.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Salas. Your Honor, based on the information provided, we're respectfully requesting a PR bond or any relief the court might find fitting at this time. Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Dixon, just go over the criminal history.
All right. She was convicted of endangering a child in 2004. She was convicted of Class B theft in 2005. She was convicted also of another theft by check in 2005 and assault caused bodily injury in 2005 and another theft in 2005 and et cetera, et cetera.
Okay. So this is going to be a PR one under standard level supervision. So listen very carefully, ma'am, because you have to follow these conditions. If you don't follow any of these conditions, guess what happens? Back to jail. Condition number 1, you have to report to your supervision officer as instructed. That means when you're supposed to report, not when you feel like reporting. 2, you cannot be rearrested for any new charges while this case is pending. In other words, commit no new offenses. 3, you cannot possess any illegal drugs or alcohol, and when you report, you may be subject to random urinalysis and breath analysis to make sure you're not using. You understand those conditions?
Yes.
Now, let me also give you a little piece of advice, okay? The allegation is that you sold dope to an undercover police officer. The police are onto you, man. So if you're doing this, stop, because if they arrest you again, it's gonna be worse. Okay?
Yes, yes, thank you.
Ms. Martinez?
Thank you, Judge. I'm sorry, Ms. Salas, where are you gonna live when you get released? And what's a good phone number for you, ma'am? And do you have an email address?
No.
Do you have a phone number for a friend or relative where we can call you to leave messages in case we can't get a hold of you?
I haven't him over there in the room.
Okay, you can provide that to us when you call in to report. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Judge.
I thank you. Officer, who's next?
Graves. Give them your full name.
All right, what's your name, ma'am?
Graves Day?
I didn't catch the last name.
Graves?
Graves.
We waived, Judge.
Yeah, no, that, ma'am, your hearing has been waived, okay? Because you have you have a hold from another court with a real high bond that we cannot touch in this court. So you're gonna have to go and see the district court judge to see if he or she wants to reduce your bond before we can do anything in these cases. Because even if I let you out on a full PR bond, you're not going anywhere because you have, I believe if I recall correctly, you have $90,000 bond out of the 34th District Court with Judge Moody, and Judge Moody does not let us touch his cases. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Ready.
And then what's your full name?
Barajas, Angela.
Have a seat right here.
Last name?
Barajas.
Barajas. Okay. So Ms. Barajas is here on 3 felony drug charges. She's got a possession of controlled substance, penalty group 1. In the amount greater than 1 gram and 4 grams is a fentanyl charge. Possession of controlled substance, penalty group 1, 1 to 4 grams. That's a meth charge. And then he's got a possession of controlled substance, penalty group 1. 4 to 200 grams is a second-degree felony with a heroin charge with a $5,000 bond. This morning, ma'am, you are set for a bond reduction hearing. I don't know yet who your permanent attorney is going to be, but for purposes of this hearing, you are being represented by Ms. Quevedo from the Public Defender's Office. She will present evidence on your behalf to try and convince me to lower your bond. Then I'm going to hear from the prosecutor, Mr. Dixon. Then I'll make my decision as to what happens to your bond. Go ahead, Ms. Quevedo.
Thank you, Judge. May I proceed by question and answer?
However you need to proceed, ma'am.
Thank you. Ms. Barajas, if you get released from jail, where would you live?
I would live at the apartments on
Okay, who do you live with?
a friend of
How long have you lived in El Paso?
33 years.
What is the highest grade of school that you finished?
12.
What school did you graduate from?
Senior Valley High School in California.
Okay. And do you have any family here in El Paso?
I do. My 4 children, and I also have an aunt and some cousins.
Okay, Ms. Barajas, do you do any substance abuse programs?
Not at this time, but I'm going to.
Would you be willing to do substance abuse program?
Absolutely.
Okay. Do you have any money that you can pay to bond out?
I don't.
Do you have a phone number where you can be reached?
I can give you my son's number.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Barajas. Your Honor, based on the information provided, we're respectfully requesting PR bonds and an OSAR screening or any relief the court might find fitting. Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Dixon, on this one, I do need a summary of the facts. Let's go over the criminal history first and then give me the summary, please.
Okay. Criminal history in 2018, I'm showing a Class B theft that she was convicted of. And in 2019, she was convicted of possession of less than a gram of PG1 that was changed to a Class A. And then in 2021, she was convicted of another less than a gram case, PG1. And then let me get to the affidavit. This is Angela Barajas, right?
Yes, correct.
All right. She has a few things. There was heroin
Yes.
and 2
Fentanyl
clear
and
plastic
meth.
baggies that was approximately 5 grams with packaging.
Yeah.
You want to know how it was obtained, Your Honor?
No, just give me the weights.
And then it was the meth was approximately a gram, and it was about 12 grams of heroin.
Yeah.
And sorry.
All right. Old-fashioned defendant. You don't see that many heroin cases nowadays. All right. It's going to be a PR bond. It's going to be I'm going to up it up a little bit. Enhanced level supervision with the following conditions. So you listen very carefully, man, because you fail to comply with any one of these conditions. Guess what happens?
Come back.
Exactly. 1, you must report to your supervision officer as instructed. That means, man, when they instruct you to report, not when you feel like reporting. 2, you cannot be rearrested for any new offenses. 3, you cannot possess any illegal drugs or alcohol, and you're going to be tested when you report to your supervision officer several times. They're going to ask you for a UA, urinalysis, and a breath analysis to make sure you're not using. You understand?
Yes.
Don't violate, man, because you come back in front of me. You're not going to get out again, okay? Comply. Ms.
Yes, sir.
Martinez? Oh, one more thing. Let's do an OSAR screening too, please.
Thank you, Judge. Ms. Barajas, what's your son's name, please? And then do you have an email address for yourself?
It's
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
All right,
Okay.
now take you back to your cell block. Step over here, man. And then Josh, now we have Barasa.
Barasa, thank you.
Yes.
All right, this is gonna be. So Mr. Barasa's here on two charges: burglary of vehicles with a $2,000 bond, credit card and debit card abuse with a $5,000 bond. Mr. Dixon, on this one, I'm going to be very interested in the date of offense, okay, when we get to your turn, okay? Ma'am, this morning you are set for a bond reduction hearing. I don't know yet who your permanent attorney is going to be, but for purposes of this hearing, you are being represented by the public defender's office through Ms. Quevedo. She's going to present evidence on your behalf to try and convince me to lower your bonds. Then I'm going to hear from the prosecutor, Mr. Dixon, then I'll make my decision as to what happens to your bond. Go ahead, Ms. Quevedo.
Thank you, Judge. Your Honor, Ms. Barasa indicated that if she's granted the relief requested, and sorry, Judge, she is a Spanish speaker.
Okay. So, ¿usted no habla inglés? ¿Habla inglés o no habla inglés?
Lo entiendo, señor.
Bueno, ¿entendió lo que dije ahorita?
Sí.
Ok.
She did waive the interpreter.
Ok. Bueno, vamos a proceder en inglés, porque como hoy es día de fiesta aquí, no tengo intérpretes disponibles, ¿ok? La señorita Quevedo la va a interpretar y me va a tratar de convencer de que le reduzca la fianza. Después voy a escuchar lo que me diga el procurador Dixon, después tomaré mi decisión, ¿ok? Usted tiene dos cargos, uno de entrar a un vehículo con intenciones de robar y uno de un abuso de una tarjeta de crédito, ¿ok? Ms. Quevedo, please continue.
Thank you, Judge. She has lived here for about 7 years and the rest of her life in Juarez. She graduated from the equivalent of high school in Juarez. She has 3 children that live here with her. In addition to her children, she has her mother and her brother. She indicated that she's currently looking for work. She has about $200 that she can post. She is respectfully requesting bond reductions or split bonds, whatever relief, if any, the court should find fitting. Thank you, Judge.
Give me just a quick little second in here because I'm trying to check something real quickly on her. 6, 8, 5. Posted surety bond on 3 credit card abuses on 5/20. And then, okay, Mr. Dixon, criminal history.
All right. I'm showing that she had a UUMV that she got deferred on October 10th, 2023. And she has a smuggling of contraband from the feds that she got 11 months on. And it was importation, exportation, and distributing narcotics, and 60 months of supervised release. Those are the 2 crimes that I show for her, and harboring a conspiracy to harbor illegal aliens in 2022.
All right. I
And
just
this-
showed it. And what's the date of offense of the credit card abuse case? In the
They're all on April 27th, 2024. I think they caught her later because they got the video.
Okay. So this occurred while she was out on bond because you say April. Oh no, I'm sorry. April 27th.
April 27th, 2024.
Okay. All right. So for kind of they worked them up, and then the warrant popped up later on. Okay. What I'm going to do is on the credit card abuse, I'm going to put the bond in the amount that they put it on the last ones that she bonded out. I'm going to put it at $1,500. The burglary vehicle, I'm just going to put it at $1,000. That's the ruling of the court. So por su cargo de abuso de tarjeta de crédito va a ser $1,500. En el de entrar a un vehículo con intenciones de robar va a ser $1,000. Ese es lo que fallo de la corte, señor. ¿Ok? Gracias.
Gracias, señor.
And
We're moving on to the following floor.
all right, thank you, officer.